Hey guys, I'm ready to throw a vase inspired by the planet Neptune. Neptune is one of the gas giants. They call it an ice giant. It's a blue planet, and it is the 8th planet from the sun. It's about 4 times wider than Earth, and it has a system of rings a lot like Uranus and Saturn, although not to Saturn's scale. They call it an ice giant because it's made up of ammonia, methane, water, ice, and all those components are freezing and swirling around the planet in kind of a frozen crystal atmosphere. So it gives it a really unique color. It sometimes has a stormy eye. The stormy eye, like Jupiter, comes and goes over time. This planet, Neptune, is named after the Roman god of the sea. His counterpart is Poseidon, the Greek god. So I want to really kind of channel the flow of water moving. So I don't really have a plan for the form of this one. I want to actually throw it, try to make those swirling, that movement throughout the vase. And then I'm gonna take the slip off and then kind of look at that and let that movement inspire the form of this vase. So this should be fun. Let's get started. All right, I am a little winded. That was a lot of work. This is a little bit of clay. It's a little dry, but I like the way it swirls around. It really reminds me of water, how water moves. And this should do some really cool things. So you probably noticed that I used different rates of wedging and intensities of color, and that hopefully will give me that variety. As you can see in the marbling, it kind of did variety of darker blues to lighter tones. I've got the white wedged in there for that, hopefully that frothy oceanic look. When I throw this on the wheel, the initial throw, I'm gonna try to get those that marbling vertical, because I want that marbling to climb. I don't want it to spin around and stretch horizontally. I like to make my marbling kind of climb up, do the opposite of what it really wants to do. So I will be, again, reversing the wheel again and again, just so that the clay doesn't stretch horizontally. It will hopefully have a tendency to move upward vertically to give me those textures that I really want. Okay, this is where it's gonna get a little bit crazy because I'm gonna actually take the slip off the outside. I don't yet know what form I wanna make, but I kinda wanna see what the marbling looks like, and that hopefully will inspire how I finish the form of this. For this one, I think I'm gonna go a little bit wider, make it a little more ball shaped. Sometimes I just dive in and I let it make itself. Sometimes it's stubborn and it wants to make its own form, so I might just do that. This one turned out a lot like, pretty similar to the Uranus inspired vase that I did. It's a little bit different, a little wider, a little more rounded. I don't mind it. It kind of had a mind of its own and it wanted to create itself, so I think I'm gonna stick with it. This next part, I'm gonna take the slip off. This is my favorite part because we really get to see what that marbling is gonna look like, which is super exciting. Okay, man, I really like this marbling. It is giving me like kind of that ocean view, kind of that moving water. It almost has like rhythmic tidal patterns throughout it, which I really like. Just like the other ones, I'm gonna let this dry well to about medium leather hard. I'll trim it up. I'll do a sanding on it just to clean up some of the cloudiness, and then fire it, and then we'll show you the results. Looks pretty much the same as when it went in, but it is now bisque fired. It is stoneware, and can't wait to glaze this because the blues right now are really muted, very tinted, but when I put a PZN clear glaze over the top and fire it in that glaze fire, it's gonna hopefully, I'm pretty sure it's gonna really bring those intensities out. It's gonna make this blue a lot darker and really just make that blue really more intense. So it could be really cool, especially on this side with all that marbling. Can't wait to see that.